there, it's Barry Lovelace from Training for Volleyball, and behind me you're going to see this little, well actually big placard, and what I wanted to do was, first of all, please get your pen, paper out, whatever you need to take lots of notes. And the reason I threw this together this morning was because I get a ton of emails of people that do not have any of my DVDs, but they always hear me talk about interval training, core, power, how to set up, and how to set up stations. Or how do I set up stations is the question. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my face out of the camera, which you would probably are going to enjoy, and I'm going to take you right to the placard. Please ignore my handwriting, and it's just the concept. I want you to feel the concept. It's not all about being pretty. I want you to grab it and take it and use it. And hopefully you understand it. So let's go to the placard. And what you see here, it's just a sample circuit with 8 stations. Okay? And again, please ignore my handwriting. I just threw this together within the last couple minutes, just because of all the emails I'm getting. So what I do is, obviously, I kind of drew a volleyball court. Obviously, this is the net. That is a perfect volleyball net, if you've ever seen one. All right, so 8 stations, and this is what we do. We set up stations around a volleyball court, and that's all I do. And that's why in my emails, you always hear me say that you can train right on your court, and I'm going to show you how. And keep in mind that every station here that has, like station number 1, I actually have a placard, just an 8.5 by 11 piece of white paper sitting there, taped down, so the athletes know what to do. And we go through the exercises before we start, and then you tell them where to go, and they each have a station. So first let me go through this. Number 1 station is a power or endurance exercise. Okay? What I mean by power and endurance exercise is you have obviously these are all your choices. I'm not telling you what to do. These are your choices. You have a power and endurance. So you could tell them to run in place, high knees for 30 seconds, 45 seconds, or a minute. However long you're going to do this. And while I'm on that, what you want to do is, if you've never done this before, depending on the level of your athlete's level, club, high school, college, you can go anywhere from 30 seconds to a minute. But I always recommend starting low, see where they're at, and then raising it up, but never more than a minute, okay? So for, let's say, 30 seconds, they're either going to do squat jumps safely. They're going to do, and again, an endurance exercise. You could have them sprint back and forth. They could sprint from one end of the gym to the other and come back, jog back. I always recommend the interval training even when you're doing that, so they would sprint, walk or jog back, sprint, walk or jog back. But remember, you only have 30 seconds, so it's your choice. So whatever you feel you want to implement, your favorite exercise in power or endurance, okay? Power meaning, this is my power/endurance. Squat jumps the whole time. That way, they're working their legs, their power, their vertical, and endurance at the same time, challenging their heart rate. Number 2, resistance band exercise. Okay, and then you see I have the resistance bands around one of the poles at the volleyball net. So again, you have your choice. What do you like to do? If you have the resistance bands, and most colleges and high schools and clubs do. If not, they just grab a couple. They're not very expensive, but you can do so many exercises with them. What exercise do you like to do with them? Have I shown you an exercise that you can do with them? So please pick one and utilize that there. So use what you have. You have the pole, you have the net, and I'm sure you have the bands. Number 3 is a core exercise. Any basic core exercise, whatever you feel like doing. It could be a hover, a plank, standing on one leg with your arms out, with your knees bent, on a rolled up yoga mat. That is a core. Obviously you're going to work the leg, but it's a core challenging exercise. If you are into yoga or Pilates and you have a favorite move, do it. Don't be scared. As long as everything's safe. Number 4, that actually says footwork using the line. Oh, and if you notice these arrows at each station, that's where my interval training comes in. So far we went high, low, low, 2 lows in a row, and then a high, okay? So whatever kind of footwork you like to use, using the line that you already have as part of your court. So we do a lot of footwork with the lines, okay? We do scissor shuffle down a line, we crisscross down a line, we do ski jumps over the line, whatever you feel and whatever you like to do. Number 5, another power, leg, or core. So now your heart rate was just up, their heart rate was just elevated in number 4. Number 5, now you're bringing it down. Power leg exercise could be squats and rolled up yoga mat, could be low squats the whole time, could be single leg squats the whole time, where the second time around you would switch legs, or another core exercise. Trust me, you cannot do enough core, okay? Core is your ticket to power, balance, quickness, reaction, vertical, blah, 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 blah. You gotta love core. So please keep hammering the core. Number 6, this says it's a drill using a volleyball and a wall, because I know you have drills where you use volleyballs and a wall, or you could do a partner volleyball drill. You know the handwriting is really terrible, I'm sorry, but hopefully, again, you're getting the concept. So a volleyball drill, what kind of drill can you implement there? Whatever you want to do. Partner, coach does a drill with the athletes, or 2 coaches will do drills with the athletes, whatever you want to do. Number 7, now we're getting that heart rate back up. Heart rate's up, see that arrow? So you got sprints, a cone drill, or ladder drill. Your choice, whatever you can do to get that heart rate up and work the endurance at the same time. Quickness, reaction, whatever you want to do, that's going to crank them up, okay? And number 8, back to another core exercise. So I've sent you tons of info over the last 2 years. If you're new, you should have gotten the volleyball training resources book that has a couple core exercises in there. If you have your own, please use them, okay? This here, this fancy thing here that I have is all about you and getting the word out to you. And I mean, now we did calculate, I said there was 20,000 people all over the world, athletes and coaches, using this exact style of training. It's actually more. I'll let you know what it is, and it's pretty incredible. And that's why I'm doing this, so that you can keep using it. The results are unbelievable. Back to how long you want to do this. Again, 30 seconds, 45 seconds, or a minute each station. You're going to have 3, 4, 5, or 6 athletes at each station. So we have 8 stations. If you have 48 athletes, you're good. You could put 6 in a station. You're fine. You can do more stations. You can do less stations. You could just do 3 stations one day. I mean, whatever you want to do. And the other, again, back to saying you could do 3 stations. You could pick 3 really good exercises here that you do not need equipment for. Line up your whole team on the court, and your captain or coach leads them through the exercises, one after the other. You could do that like 5, 6, 7, 8 times in just a couple minutes if you do every exercise for 30 seconds. Say you only pick 3 of them. Let's say it was squat jumps, okay? Wait 10, you do that 30 seconds. Wait 10 seconds, come down, hold a plank, 30 seconds, or push-ups for 30 seconds. Then come back up, and then you could do a whole team sprint. Then you take a minute and you go through. You have lots of options. Please use them. Please understand that this is a fabulous, fabulous way to not only get your team in shape cardiovascular-wise, but it increases tons of muscle by working with the core, using the legs, and your endurance is going to be incredible. Good luck with everything, and I just hope you understand this whole thing. Oh, and you can go around it, again, depending on if this is the first time of the year, you can only go, I only suggest going around it 2 times. When you're ready, crank it up per station and go around it 3, 4 times. Thanks and good luck.